But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, it's been a hell of a week for me, to be honest. Starting with the fact that well, not starting, like just mentioning real quick the fact that I am very very tired because I had classes and I had to work and also streaming at the same time. All of those three things happening the same day can take a toll on you, to be fair. But also interestingly enough, at work, I never like I always exceed expectations and I always have like excellent performance, to be honest. And I'm not trying to be like, um, look at me, I'm so good. I'm like, yeah, this just so happens to happen. But today, the boss came by and she was like, hey, by the way, and she went ahead and nagged us, all of us, like the whole team for which I work. Um, because she was like, there's a lot of people who are not doing certain stuff that needs to be um, daily, and you are doing it weekly. And I'm like, yeah, that's me, because I had a couple of things that I was doing wrong, that I was not doing daily at least, but everything was coming along. I was doing it weekly, and she went ahead and knocked us all, and I knew that it was kind of for me, not entirely, but because I'm sure that there's a lot of people who were also doing that. But what bothered me was the fact that a coworker went ahead and contact me to Teams. We used to have Skype, but now we have Teams. Anyway, and she was like, "So what are you gonna do about that?" Because she's the one who handles like the account that I was affecting with my movements, and I was like, what I'm saying, like, what do you mean, right? Not because I didn't understand that she knew what was happening, that maybe it was all directed to me, maybe it was directed to the whole team. But it bothered me personally that she was like, why do you care, essentially? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm asking? Like, if I happen to make a mistake, I handle it with my boss, not with you. And I was like, it's kind of like a weirdo behavior to be like, hey, like, what are you gonna do about this? How does that affect you? Honestly, like, why are you here? Why are you telling me this? Like, let me handle what I have to handle, because I did not feel like it was like, hey, like, what are you gonna do about this? Like, let me help you. It was more like, what are you gonna fix it or not, essentially. And I don't understand why people behave that way, especially like at work or something like that. Like, chill. Like, essentially, like, for real, just go ahead and relax and realize, like, hey, you know what? uh if a person does great, or if a person makes a mistake or something like that, maybe I shouldn't care that much, because at the end of the day, what matters is my own performance, instead of like others people's performance. And whatever happens there, like, if you want to help, then I understand. But if you just want to go ahead and make a witty comment or something like that, the day is already hard enough, really, and you want to come in and be an asshole, and you want to come in and be like, hey, I know it all, haha. Like, I know that you were fucking up, so by the way, are you gonna fix it? I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, and I personally hate when that happens. Why do people keep insisting on looking into somebody else's job? I myself don't do it. I don't go ahead and do it like, hey, are you making this mistake? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Like, I expect people to go ahead and respect, like, even if I make my own mistakes, like, please let me go ahead and fix them. And if I ask for help, then do help me out. But I don't need, I don't need you to be on top of me, trying to figure out trying to figure out, like, whether or not I'm doing things right. Um, because you're not my boss, essentially. And that got to me. It pissed me off, honestly. Like, I don't understand why people behave that way. But that's not the only thing. Obviously, I usually go ahead and talk about work, to lining up the topic. Reality is, I've been going through a couple of things, a couple of changes in my personal life, and that always gives me anxiety. Um, we're getting through it, but we'll be fine. Like the Kid Cudi song, we'll be fine once we get it. if I was to not complain for a couple of seconds, if I was to just go ahead and chill out and be like, huh, like what can I say? To be honest, I have a lot of things to be grateful for. I had an amazing weekend. I'd like, my only wish is that I could repeat it. I will not go into too much detail. I'm just gonna say that it was really fun, and I enjoyed it so much, and I wish I could go ahead and do it again and again. um I'm sure that people can relate to this somehow, some way, that you happen to have an amazing weekend or amazing, like, couple of days or so on, and you just want to go ahead and repeat them, or you don't want them to end. That's what happened to me. Again, not in too much detail, but yeah. um I just, again, my main complaint is the fact that I cannot repeat it. On my free will, I have to I'm depending on other people, essentially. But still, like, I really cannot complain, because it was a great weekend. It's been like a busy week, but I'm healthy at least, and I'm happy. um I've been enjoying a lot recently the streams, for sure. Like, I really cannot complain about that either, at all. And I've seen the YouTube analytics as well, and they are popping off. And it's really fun to go ahead and see that. I mean, at the same time, I'm still like, I still have like 12 subscribers at the time of this recording. So I'm not saying like, oh, I have 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, people are finding my videos, and that is insane to me. It's also scary, but also like really fun, and one of the reasons as to why I do YouTube or I do Twitch or whatever, to go ahead and find people who vibe with me, but also like the same stuff that I do, and it's fantastic. Um, Other than that, I have to go ahead and rehearse with a friend a couple of things that we wanted to do when it comes to music or something like that. Maybe, like, even if not original music, at least a cover. I've been I enjoy the spiritual part of life, and the idea of that there is something bigger than us. So I've been like wishing and manifesting and stuff like that in a positive way. Not that I'm a witch, not that I'm not, I'm a huge believer in that, but I want to, like Jim Carrey said, like, if you go ahead and say out loud what you want, maybe it'll happen, or will most likely it will happen. I would like to believe that as well, and that's what I've been doing. And one of the things that I enjoy, because the clock is getting closer to 11:11, right? So I'm like, I go ahead and post it, and sometimes on Twitter I'm like, I wish you all the sweetest dreams, to like the people who can read me and so on. And it's always super nice, because I feel like, wishing for somebody else, or wanting to see somebody um do better, feel better. It's super nice and beautiful. um I've been enjoying a lot of time with my dogs and my family recently. To be fair, it's been fun. Again, cannot complain, really. um I had to pay my bills on Sunday, this past Sunday, and I wanted to kill myself. What a transition. But yeah, at the point in time, I was like, Jesus, like, this cannot continue. But it ended up working just fine. Sorry for the weird comment, I guess, but it comes up from a tweet that I saw. But sometimes, like, when you pay bills and you realize how much you spent, and how little money you're gonna have left, you kind of get nervous, and you get stressed out, and the anxiety comes into you. You're like, what the hell are you gonna do? But at the end of the day, I ended up paying, and everything worked out just fine. And we continue to live on another day, and move forwards. Um, Again, I can indeed complain, but I can't just be like, just constantly look into things. I'm just happy to have achieved so many things during the week, and to have been busy, and to have achieved, many, 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 many things, all in all. I saw also the Dragon Ball superhero trailer as well. I'm very hyped about that. I'm not gonna lie. Um, though I'm still not a fan of their art. I still feel like, it's fantastic to go ahead and do that, and see that trailer, and hopefully it'll end up being good. 11:11 right now on my end. Let me go ahead and put it on chat. Yeah, there you go. I wish you all the serious dreams. I hope that anybody who goes ahead and somehow, some way sees this, or finds it on YouTube or whatever, hopefully they will go ahead and have sweet dreams and have a sweet life and a sweet day as well, with certain difficulties, because everything has to have a balance, I guess. But yeah, I hope that everything works out fine for all of us, that our wishes come true, and that the things that we have in our minds and our dreams end up happening. um but yeah, Dragon Ball. Really interesting to see, like, people saying, "Oh, Broadway confirmed," for example. Really interesting to see people be like, it's good, it's bad, blah blah blah. The one thing that I noticed, oh, there you go. Just as I was talking about being tired, and I look extremely, extremely bad right now because of the yawn, and that means that I should probably leave soon this stream, because if I'm gonna keep doing that, then I'm probably not making it past this hour. But I was gonna say that one of the things that I noticed that I didn't like was the return of the Red Ribbon RP, which I don't think it's worth it to go ahead and return it. I feel like it was a very satisfactory ending with Cell, and I don't know why they're doing that. But I guess there's nothing to do about it. That they already pulled the trigger, so be it. Um, Apart from that, it looks really cool, and I'm very happy about that. Um, I've been thinking a lot about my streams and the way that I'm been programming stuff, and how invested I am in Genshin. I'm so happy. I'm sorry for the sweet, like, the immediate change of topic, but I kind of want to jump into it before I forget. Um, but I kind of realized, like, I've been playing so much Genshin that I've been missing the whole variety into the variety streamer type bit that I've been trying to do. So hopefully, as I become more experienced with Genshin, but also like with streaming, I can go ahead and segment it properly. And I'm in the honeymoon phase for Genshin right now, because I've been enjoying it so much. But hopefully, I'll be able to well, accommodate myself and accommodate a couple of games, because there's so many things that I want to play as well. I'm not being facetious. I do want to go ahead and do it. I've been having a lot of fun with it as well, which is like always a positive thing. I was talking about it with a friend of mine who went ahead and asked me, like, how that's doing, how's that doing, and I was like, pretty awesome, to be fair. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I've been having a lot of fun, and that's the most important thing. Um, but yeah, I would love to play many different things, and hopefully somehow, some way, if somebody wants to go ahead and deliver a recommendation, I'd appreciate it tons. Um, but yeah, I kind of want to just go ahead and do this just chatting session. I gotta admit, by the way, that I've been doing better when it comes to battling anxiety, just a tiny bit better. I do believe that there is hope and there is a light for everybody out there. I truly do mean that. It's just a matter of finding it. And it's not easy, by the way, but you can go ahead and you can keep going, and I believe in you. Believe me when I tell you I believe in you. If you can relate to anything that I've said, even. But yeah, um yeah, hopefully everything works out for all of us, really. That's that will be something fantastic. Hopefully I can relive my weekend, the past weekend that I had, because it was amazing, and I would love to go ahead and do it again. And yeah, as time goes on, we're getting closer to it being Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep nicely, and you too, by the way. But hopefully I'll be able to sleep nicely, so that I can come back and have like a lot of stuff to record. Um, but yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it tons, and hopefully I'll see you in the future. Bye bye for now.